The scoreline doesn't suggest that, but the effort that went in to get that scoreline and to put pressure on the Russian defence to open up spaces was huge from our players. The first action lasted 4 minutes 50, I think, when I looked at the clock, which you don't often see. You don't certainly see at the beginning of the game. So shows you the ambition that Russia came with. They moved the ball a lot, which stressed our defence, but it also created some turnovers for us, and that we exploited them the longer the game went on.
On the way. They're on the way.
You talked to us about what you thought George Horn and Adam Hastings' performances at 9 and 10.
Yeah, they played with real confidence and speed, so they were very busy. I think they had especially Adam had a real balance to his game. So he put some excellent attacking kicks in the first half. George had really good clearing kicks, and they both worked very hard. George will probably be the fittest player in our squad, and he gets to break down quickly. He gets on the shoulders of players whenever they make a break. But Adam's very fit too, so he got on ball on a number of occasions. So it was a good game for them. They looked confident and fit, and obviously scored a couple of tries.
We're just still waiting for the Russian translation, so just hold up.
Okay.
Also, Gregor, the second successive shutout, first time that's happened since 1964, apparently.
Did you just make that up?
No, I didn't make it up. I make it.
Okay.
So, I mean, that in itself is an achievement as well.
It is, and look, credit to the players for that, to keep going hard in defence, but also credit to Matt Taylor as coach, and also I want to highlight Danny Wilson. The last two games our forwards have delivered in a number of areas, especially around the set piece. We saw that Russia brought an excellent scrum, very good maul, and very physical group of forwards. I thought our scrum was excellent tonight. Straight away we put them under pressure. Our maul got better and better, and we forced mistakes through their line out. So it was very good to see. I think you look at getting the bonus point first of all. We knew that if we hadn't got the bonus point tonight, Sunday would have been even more difficult. So getting that was excellent. Getting a bigger score, just to keep things interesting for Saturday night as well, the Ireland-Samoa game. But also for the confidence of the players, knowing that it's 2 games now that we haven't conceded a try or even a point is very encouraging.
The gentleman in the middle here. Yes.
フリーランスの向井と言います。仲良くスコットランド戦にも日本代表戦に向けて少しメンバーの編成も考えられると思うんですが、中3日でどんな準備をしていきたいと考えてますか。
Yes, well, the 4-day turnaround has always been in the schedule, so we've thought about selection and how we manage the load of our players in tonight's game, and we've obviously thought about how we best approach the next few days. It is a challenge. We know the opposition have had a good rest going into the game. I think all the games have had good rests, but we've known that this was always going to be the case. The pleasing thing tonight is that we did make sure that some players managed their loads and got on and came off. I'm not sure if we have any injuries. We'll get an update on Duncan Taylor. He's the one concern just now. And it's really important that we recover well tomorrow and do what we can Thursday, Friday, Saturday to be in the best condition possible to play our best rugby on Sunday.
This one's for the coach and the captain. So you guys did a lot of good passing tonight. It led to many tries. Can you just explain the importance of that heading into Sunday for Japan and what that might be to, how it might help you guys defeat Japan and get on to the quarterfinals?
Well, I think all aspects of our game have to be spot on against Japan. They're a very, very good side. and the ball that we have or will have against them on Sunday, we're going to make best use of it. So at times that's exploiting space through good passing, other times it's putting pressure back onto them through good kicking, good kick chase, and doing all we can in defence and set piece to force errors out of the opposition. I believe that's what the team did really well tonight.
The purple shirt? Yep.
Hi, Gregor. Two parts. The first one, have you got the Ireland result completely out of your system now? Can you attack Sunday as if it was a complete clean slate? And secondly, what's your up-to-date understanding on the weather situation for the weekend?
The Ireland game, look, it's in history books, so we'll always think of it as a missed opportunity that we didn't get our best game in place. Obviously it'll be a big, always one for me to think of what I could have done better as a coach to get the players in that situation that they could have played better. But you move on to the next game, and we're already moving on to the next game now. What the players have done since the Ireland game has been all we could really ask for them. To beat Samoa 34-0, who have always been a difficult opponent for us, who are a very good side, and then to deliver a performance like that against Russia, who have shown that they've improved a lot during this tournament and have been tough to break down. Does give you encouragement that the players are ready to play their best game on Sunday. Regarding the weather, I checked the weather app this morning, so that's about 8 hours ago, so it did look like it was heading into Tokyo this weekend, so unless it's changed since then, it's a few days away, and it could miss the Tokyo area, or it could still go there. And obviously we'll be getting updates from World Rugby over the next 2 days as to what the contingencies are.
Andy Newport? Or Andy Devlin, one of them, in the front?
So just to be clear then, Gregor, you haven't had any update as things stand from World Rugby. I mean, there's all manner of rumours about potentially moving the venue and or indeed breaking rules and pushing the game back 24 hours was another one that was circulating. From your point of view, there has been no contact. We've had a contact to say there'll be an update over the next 24 to 48 hours. I think there was a statement that came out last night, so I'm sure that alternative venues or alternative arrangements are being looked at for not just our game but the other games that could be affected by it. I think England, France play in the same stadium the night before. And I know that was getting looked at for the Ireland game as well when it was first forecast at Fukuoka.
We're just still getting the translation. Yeah. Okay.
Gregor, you mentioned Duncan Taylor there. Just wanted to confirm, what's the injury issue there, or what's the concern?
Yeah, he's got a thumb injury, so he's getting an X-ray now, which is great that we can get that done straight after the final whistle. He may require further imaging if the X-ray doesn't give us the full details. I think he's the only one that we've got concerns about. Darcy Graham had rolled his ankle but continued to play, and he didn't come off with an injury, but he'd taken a few bumps. I think everybody else was fine.
Okay, we've got time for two more. Lewis?
John? Yes. You took it off that lightly. Yeah. First of all, talk us through your try. You looked surprised as all of us that you actually got there. And how did you...
Just talk. You were talking me through it on the way up, so you could say the same thing.
Yeah, so what I did was, I looked back on the screen and I just did a little step off my left, threw him with my eyes to the right, little dummy, and then I was in. So I don't think the GPS would be that high, speed-wise, for the cantering, but yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed tonight.
Was that the performance you were looking for, though?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think there was a little bit of nerves in our team run yesterday, just because we'd seen like Russia had made it really uncomfortable for a lot of teams that they'd played against. You know, look at the Ireland game, look at whoever they played against. It was niggly. It wasn't free flowing stuff. So there was a little bit nervous because we knew the responsibility that we had. So to go in 21-0, I think it was half time, was brilliant. And then it was one of those games. It was really fun to just be part of. It's one of those games where we could throw the ball around once we knew we sort of had the result in the bag. But boys were I think boys were just excited to be out. Some boys haven't played that much. I thought some of the boys were brilliant tonight.
Last question. Any other questions? In the front?
John Bradshaw, the rugby paper. John, you mentioned the performance was good there, but against Tier 2 opposition, how hard is it to rate that in terms of a performance? I mean, amongst the performances you've been involved in with Scotland, how does that rate?
I think you can only beat what's in front of you. I think, like I said, it's a tough one because I genuinely thought Russia played some good stuff in the tournament. They were very physical, but I think the way we played tonight with width and speed and energy was just too much for them. So, yeah, to be honest, I don't really look at it in terms of where it ranks. I just know that I enjoyed it a lot tonight. I thought the boys were really professional just throughout the week as well, and how we prepared, looking at ourselves, how we looked at them, and everything we talked about on the pitch, we delivered. So for me, it was quality. I thought the boys who got the chance really stepped up, and we just enjoyed being out there tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Mix zone will open in 2 minutes.